this is something that I've set up, but no one's ideas are more valid than anyone else's. I think also, you're pitching. The more you can kind of pitch your story, you should be able to then do it for clients. These are things that you can't even at 18 years old compute as being a job.
Hello and welcome to the Winners' Words podcast, where we unearth what it takes to succeed at the Market Research Awards from the winners themselves. I'm your host, Lewis Reeves, CEO and founder at Walr, and today our guest is from a category very important to the future of our industry, the 2023 Research Live Award winner for the Young Researcher of the Year, Supplier side, Josh Proctor. Josh, big warm welcome to the podcast today.
Thank you very much.
Josh, to get us started, we'd love to learn a little bit more about you, how long you've been in the industry, and a bit about the company you work for.
Yeah, so as you know, my name's Josh Proctor. I've been in the industry now for I would say 3-4 years. I took a break to do a master's in between, so I guess I kind of count that as well. But yeah, I've been in the industry for about 4 years. I work for a company called Jump Innovation, which was originally founded in Dublin by ex-Diageo, who's our CEO. Used to work on Guinness, which perhaps no surprise being in Dublin. And they started a kind of London office about 15 or so years ago. And it's essentially an innovation agency, so work across all what they describe as kind of front-end innovation missions, which can be everything from new product development to brand positioning pieces to pure insight work as well. What I had the opportunity to do a couple of years ago now I was able to found what we call Jump Culture Studio. So I sat down with the head of the London office, Lee Garrity, and our CEO, Paul Kelders, who's also the founder. And really when I came in, my real focus has always been on cultural research and cultural insight and cultural strategy work. And what I found was that at Jump, there was a real opportunity to service our clients with something new. And about a year or so into being at Jump, I sat down and had a really nice conversation with Paul and Lee, and we talked about the idea of setting up what we at the time were just calling, a cultural insight practice or a cultural insight team, or even just a bit of an arm of the business. So we didn't really know what that was going to look like. I'm quite someone who wants to take it to the biggest extent of whatever it's going to be. So it was never just going to be, hey, let's think of what a module on our normal kind of project plans would look like for cultural insight. I was very much like, okay, if we're going to do this, let's build a culture studio. Let's build an entire practice around the medium of cultural insight and cultural strategy. So actually had the great opportunity to step away from project work for around 4 or 5 months and really to just plan what the culture studio would look like, and then set up the team and decided a kind of unique brand identity for Jump Culture Studio, set up exactly how our methods would work, our point of view on the world. And I'm really pleased to say that over the past couple of years, we've grown from just being myself to a team of 4, looking to grow even further, worked with some amazing clients, which I'm sure we can talk about in a bit as well.
Incredible. What a great journey you've had in such a short period of time in your career. And I think as we look to young researchers being successful, yes, there has to be a lot of personal drive and desire, but also support networks around you. And you talk about the founders of Jump supporting you there. Talk to us about launching Jump Culture Studios. Was that an idea of yours? Was that something you co-created with the business?
Yeah, so we originally, the kind of task was set to me of, okay, we want to give you the opportunity to lead our cultural insight offering. And what's amazing about Jump is that there is really the opportunity to make whatever you want with the opportunity that you're given. So while it wasn't, hey, we need you to set up a whole separate team or a whole separate studio, it was, okay, we want to get into cultural insight, we want you to head that up. Then it became, okay, where am I going to take this? Where are we going to go from here? And I think that real nice balance between the opportunity and the support, but also the autonomy to say, okay, where do you want to take this and where do you want to go? And I think it's a real testament to Jump that I was given the opportunity to take it in the direction that I wanted to go. I'm not sure there's many places that would trust someone to do that. And so that was really amazing.
A fantastic opportunity. And you talk about already building a team. So I guess you're passing on some of your experiences to your team members already.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think the thing to say is that hence the title of the award, I'm still really young. And I think the main thing for me is to really strike that balance of understanding where my own limitations are and not knowing everything and working very collaboratively with the team. So yes, I'm sharing with the team things that I've learned, but I'm also learning a huge amount from them. And I would be amiss not to shout all of them out. Gabby, Charlie, and Laura, they're all incredible. They work so hard, and I feel like I learn everything every day from them. And I hope that I'm able to kind of pass down some knowledge to them as well. So it's very much, we talk a lot on the team of not really having that real hierarchical structure that ultimately, yes, this is something that I've set up, but no one's ideas are more valid than anyone else's. And I think that's really important in our industry as well. Yeah. Insight can come from anywhere, and the way to analyze work and information can come from anywhere. And the more conversations that we can have around that, the better. So that's, yeah.
Yeah, and already you've covered a lot of the points that the judges mentioned in giving you the award around your sort of commercial impact, your desire to learn new techniques, and also your mentoring of others along the way. Talk to me about the commercial impact and also about your desires and ambitions of where you'd like to take the business unit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the commercial side was something that I always was interested in from when I had first started working in kind of marketing at large. Always really interested in, okay, how do you, one, have a commercial impact on your clients? Like ultimately the work that we do has to grow their business in some way, shape or form, but also how do the kind of inner machinations of agencies work, and how do you grow an agency from the start? So having the opportunity to start a team was really exciting. Obviously comes with pressures. The more you grow, you have to also justify that on balance sheets. And that's been really interesting, learning, okay, if we want to grow to another 2 or 3 more people, how many projects do we have to deliver a year? What's the revenue target? What are our goals? I think we've both the kind of first year that we started, we're now into the sort of third year of it. We've hit our revenue goals and we're doing really well, which is great. And it's a nice motivation to the team to also get everyone involved in that and be like, look, we're going to grow together. We're all responsible for doing it together. Ultimately, I'm accountable, I guess, but it's really nice to be able to get that buy-in from the team as well.
And did you enjoy that mixed dynamic between the client work and also the running of the P&L?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's hard. Like, I would say it's something that I had not much of an idea about, and you just kind of have to learn as you go. And again, I've had really good support from Lee Garrity, who's head of the London office, who's really helped to drive this growth with me, about how to kind of target certain clients, how to bring in certain types of projects to work towards revenue goals, and how to balance the team's availability. It's something we're still kind of figuring out. We're still super new and young in this space. But it is like a really fun challenge to be able to think with that business mind. And I think it's something that then becomes a real benefit when we work on projects, because I can also draw on my own experience kind of growing a team to understand what the client is potentially going through in their own work. You know, if you're launching a new beer brand, there are commercial things associated with that, not just kind of what the brand stands for. That's got to drive growth in a certain way. So very different worlds, but I think things to draw on as well.
Nice. And the judges also spoke about your desire to chase new techniques and push the limits of the industry. How have you found your clients have wanted to work with you in those areas? Have they come with you on that journey, or have you had to drag them a little bit?
Yeah, I think one of the things that we're able to bring as a team and as a culture studio is that we want to use the methodologies that are going to get the best work and that are going to get the most amazing insights. And I think what's really nice is that the clients that we work with have a level of trust, and they come to us because they know we want to do work in the right way. We want to speak to people in the right way. We want to do the right type of research. And I think that level of trust is really important, and that makes the projects better as well. I think there's always an element where you're kind of educating and learning from your clients as well, and what they're able to sell in internally or what they need internally versus what we think might be the best approach as well. So I'm sure it's not always 100% smooth sailing, but I would hope if it was any of our clients sat here that they would say, yeah, it's that level of we go to Jump Culture Studio because we want them to come to us with that perspective with that very unique point of view, and we trust them on that as well.
Fantastic. And thinking about what the award has meant for you, what sort of impact has it had in the recent months since you've won it?
Yeah, I think one of the things that I was kind of not, I mean, first of all, I really didn't expect to win. I was very, very surprised. I saw such amazing names on the kind of list and short list that I was like, oh, it's just amazing to be on that list with all those amazing people. In terms of the impact, one of the first things that I noticed was just the kind of conversations that started from it, and people either reaching out or speaking to fellow award winners on the night and starting to discuss, their place within the industry, what they've been working on, that kind of role of growing a network within the industry, I think was really immediately important and really helped to kind of open my eyes a little bit to all that's going on in the industry, which I think has been really, really important. I also would say that it energized the team as well. I think one of the things that was so amazing was on the night, all of my team were there. We had a great moment where we were all just celebrating together. And I think it was as much, and I said this to them on the night, as much a testament to all the work that they had done. And so it's my goal to have all of them be nominated next year and be a part of that as well. So that's the first thing I was saying to them was like, we better start writing your applications. You're up next time. So thinking about that as well has been great. And I think it was, for me as well, just a really nice moment to reflect on the work that's been done. Sometimes I'm always like, just go, more. And I think anyone that knows me would say that as well. But actually to have that moment to say, oh, actually, like, we've done something really exciting here. Yes, it's not the final form of it, was really a nice moment. So using that as a bit of a springboard for another kind of 2-3 years where we're a little bit more mature as a team to grow again.
Yeah. So it sounds like you would advocate others applying for this award just so long as they don't beat your team members.
Yeah. So Jump Culture Studio team members definitely have my nod, but I think it's a great thing for people to put themselves forward for. I think just the process of writing the application, thinking about all the work that I had done in research and why I thought that was important was helped me to really think about my point of view and what I really value from the work that we do. So speaking to people that I'd mentored and getting their point of view was really amazing. And I think just even the process of applying was a really nice moment of reflection. So, and I think also, you're pitching. This is also part of like growing a business. The more you can kind of pitch your story, you should be able to then do it for clients, or you should be able to do it when you're trying to pitch a new project internally. The more you can get used to that process of weaving a story about who you are, about the experiences that you've had, it's never a bad thing.
Yeah. And already in just a handful of years, you've had a spectacular career. If you were talking to a person brand new to our industry, what sort of advice would you give them to succeed in this sector?
I think I would say just try so many things. One of the things that I always found really intimidating when I can even think about it when I was just coming out of university was I did a politics undergrad and I saw all of my kind of classmates going off and either working in law or maybe some of them doing banking or, maybe they're working in an NGO or something. And I just had no idea what I wanted to do. And I think the process, a kind of weird journey that I've gone from working for a brand, and then I went and worked in the US in PR, and then I came back and did a master's and just trying lots of different things. Sometimes it can feel like you're not set on one straight path, but actually that experience was something that I was able to take into our industry, and I finally settled and I was like, okay, now I can apply all of these things. And I think people aren't encouraged to just try things enough. You might come out and be like, I love doing research, and then all of a sudden be like, no, I want to be a strategist. That's what I want to do. Or you might come out being, very quant focused, but actually you experience some ethnographic work or some qual work. And I think getting that amount of experience and those opportunities will come. I think that's something that can be hugely, hugely valuable.
And do you think it's fair to say that research as an industry and a profession gives you quite a lot of variety over other sectors?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my best friend is also a researcher, and it's so funny when we'll talk about stories of what we're doing at work, and he'll be talking about watching people play on video game headsets, and I'll be talking about, being in immersive sessions, understanding what beers people like to drink. These are things that you can't even at 18 years old. Like when I first was starting to think about the world of work, couldn't compute as being a job. And seeing that happen and seeing the role that plays in then a new brand development or optimizing a web platform, I think is really fascinating. And the amount of opportunities you can have in the industry are immense. And I think it's something that you really also have to take those opportunities as well. And I think the example of the Culture Studio is one of them. It's like, that could have just been some projects that we did on the side, or it was a whole team. And I hope that the decisions that I made mean that I now have a team around me that really enjoys the work, and we all get along really well. And I hope that's been a really positive thing. And sometimes you just have to take those opportunities and make something of them. I don't know.
And clearly, for market research, there's a challenge to attract the best talent. Talent at a young age, it's got lots of different choices that it can make. What do you think is key? What's the big selling factor to getting people into market research?
I think we're in an information and ideas business, and those things are hugely, hugely exciting. To be able to uncover the types of information that we do is an intellectual stimulation, and I think that's something that can really excite people coming out of university, coming straight out of school, coming out at 16 if they don't want to go through into higher education. That idea of kind of finding out information in unconventional ways is really exciting, or at least was really exciting for me, and I think exciting for a lot of other people as well. I think that's a huge selling point. And also the idea that the work that you're doing, it's clear that it has an impact, and that, if you uncover an amazing insight, that might result in a really amazing new brand being launched. We worked on a project with a global drinks brand where we were researching kind of the meaning of energy in Nigeria, which ultimately led to the launch of an entirely new energy drink brand in the country. And seeing kind of photographs that people were sending of the banners along a big highway or at the launch party, you're like, oh, that's something that I did along the way has genuinely contributed to a really cool thing. And there's not many industries that you can really see that from idea or insight or piece of information all the way through to execution, and really see how that comes to life.
Yeah, and Josh, fascinating career. It's amazing to see how much you've achieved so far by taking on lots of opportunities and then grasping the big ones and really taking them to their maximum potential. Been great for you to join us today, and look forward to seeing where your career goes in the future.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.